All right, guys, it's about to go down. And by down, I absolutely mean up. This might be the day that we've been waiting for, and we've got some of the best bottom signals I've ever seen. At the time of recording, Bitcoin is still sitting within this pattern, but it looks like it might be getting ready for a breakout. We still have Bitcoin bouncing off of this upward trending parabolic line. Also, it is just about to try to break above the 50-day moving average, which is really the moment that I'm waiting for. And it has once again bounced off of my worst case scenario line here at about $60,000. And if it can actually break above this 50-day moving average and above this downward trending resistance line here, then it looks like we're going to be fulfilling this bull flag with a price target of about $100,000. In my video yesterday, I forgot to mention that on the logarithmic chart, we are turning this previous uptrending resistance line into support, and we have bounced off of it twice now, indicating that it might be a solid floor and we could continue to the upside from here. And whenever Bitcoin breaks above that 50-day moving average and continues out of that bull flag, I think it's going to be explosive for Dogecoin as well, because Dogecoin also has a golden cross coming up here on the weekly chart. This is the first golden cross we've actually seen since the beginning of the last parabolic phase in the previous bull market, and whenever this happens, this could indicate explosive movements coming up ahead of us. Tomorrow we do have Jerome Powell speaking. It's not one of his interest rate decisions, but he is going to be talking, which actually moves the markets more than the actual interest rate decisions recently. So I think a lot of people are going to be paying attention to this and looking for him to indicate that maybe the economy is slowing down and inflation is going back down towards 2%, meaning that he can actually lower interest rates and add liquidity back into the system. Speaking of liquidity, we actually have the M2 supply heading back to the upside, and according to this quarterly chart, it looks like it is just about to break back above the zero line, meaning that the money supply is going to be continuing back to the upside, and this usually means that risk assets are going to continue up as well. The last data point we have here on this chart is Q1 of 2024, and we're almost done with Q2. So this chart hasn't quite been updated for the last couple of months. But according to James E. Thorne at Dr. J Strategy on X, Chief Market Strategist at Wellington Altus, it looks like this money supply line is about to be heading back above the zero line, meaning that liquidity and money is being added back into the system. As he says, there's one simple rule: liquidity leads risk assets. M2 growth now positive, QT surprised by the Fed, and rate cuts are coming in 2024, he says. Pain trade is due north. That means that the max pain is actually to the upside, and a lot of people are expecting that we're headed steeply into a recession, but I actually think it's not coming until next year. This has a lot of people being bearish, and since most bets are to the downside, this does mean that max pain is to the upside, and this could be a great bottoming signal, not just for cryptocurrency, but the stock market and all markets really all put together. Whenever the Fed injects liquidity into the M2 money supply, this devalues the dollar and sends all risk assets and all hard assets up right along with it. Also, in other Jerome Powell news, disturbingly, according to Cryptos R Us, it looks like George and Jerome has fucked. This is nasty. I'm not going to watch the video, but you guys can if you want to. Anyway, in other and arguably much more bullish news, it looks like
the king has returned.
Roaring Kitty, or Deep Fucking Value, the guy that pushed GameStop to the moon in the last bull run, had just last night posted his very first post on X since the top of the GME bull market, and the meme that he posted was basically him leaning forward and engaging even more strongly with the game. This means that the game is about to get real, and on just this post alone, GME has exploded overnight, with it reaching $38 and having a huge gap to the upside. I don't know if the hedge funds are going to let the same thing happen that happened last time, and we might not see the same kind of a short squeeze, but I'm not going to be doubting Deep Fucking Value because this guy is a freaking legend. Looking at this chart right now, though, it looks like this might be a shooting star, and usually these gaps do get filled. So if GameStop closes the day with this shooting star candle and it heads back to the downside, I might actually be trying to enter a YOLO trade down here around 20 to 18 cents or something like that. And I'm probably not going to throw a whole bunch in, but I definitely don't want to miss the ride if we have a repeat of the fun situation that we saw last time. One of my favorite things about cryptocurrency is that it goes in the face of all of the traditional finance system, and that's really what this whole movement was about. They were trying to destroy the hedge funds, and in the meantime, everybody made a whole bunch of money. Honestly, even if GameStop does have some explosive movements, I expect cryptocurrencies to do better, but I just want to be in on any situation that harms the traditional finance system because those guys are a bunch of criminals. This post might not even be about GameStop, but everybody knows that he pushed it up last time, so people have been jumping in, and hopefully we're going to be seeing this guy put some posts on YouTube or doing some streams so that he can clarify what his actual investment theses are. Either way, it looks like whatever he's going to be investing in is probably going to be exploding, and it could bring back a fever pitch to the market as this guy knows how to rally the troops, and the next stop could actually be the moon. Last time GameStop was exploding, so was the whole crypto market, and the FOMO mentality had people pouring money into everything. This means that we could be getting ready to blast off again, but I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Does Roaring Kitty see something coming in the markets that's going to send us exploding to the upside? Or is this just dumb money like traditional finance wants everybody to believe it is? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. But most importantly, don't forget to do only good every day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too.